Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I would just want to talk about packaging. So I have divided some items into three categories. One where I think the packaging and the performance/quality of the products totally match each other. Another section where I think the packaging outshines the product. And then a third one where I think the product deserves better packaging. So these are just obviously my opinions. It's all very subjective, but I would love to hear from you guys about what products you think deserve better packaging, which ones you think have packaging that's way out of their league, all of that kind of thing. So feel free to leave comments down below. With all of that said, let's do this. So I did try to grab 5 from each category, but one category has 6, the other one has 4, so law of averages, right? This category that I'm about to talk about has 4, and these are products where I think the packaging outshines the performance of the product itself. So this is not to say necessarily that the products are bad, just that I think they don't rise to the expectation that the packaging sets for them, if that makes sense. So first up is from ColourPop. This is one of their new Super Shock highlighters from their Villains collection. This one is from the Cruella sub-collection, and the shade name of it is You Idiots, You Fools, You Imbeciles, which I basically would have bought anything if it had that name because the name sucked me in more than anything. But the packaging itself is actually really unique. I love how it has this like neon lights kind of deal going on, and it carries over onto the back as well. Inside, the packaging here is this really pretty holographic thing. It does have a mirror. I haven't taken that cover off yet, but there we go. And then you see, obviously, the highlighter there. Now, this could just be the formulation of the highlight itself, but you cannot pick it up with a brush. I tried, and all it picked up was glitter. So all I had on my cheekbones was glitter. So then I had to go in with my finger and really try to tap it out, and I just found it really difficult to work with. I have found the same to hold true with their Super Shock eyeshadows, but with those, because I'm putting it on my eyes, it's really not a non-starter for me. I just kind of wipe it across and away we go. So here is the highlighter here. It's got a rather strong pink shift to it. Altogether, not a bad highlighter, and not an unusable shade for me at any rate, but just, I said pink, but it's got like a pinky gold kind of deal going on now that I look more closely. It's just the functionality of it. I think I like the packaging more than I like what's actually inside of it. The same can be said for this highlighter here from Hourglass. This is, and again, I don't know how to say the actual name. I don't know what's the name and what's the product description, so I'll just read you all the words that are on the back. Ambient Strobe Lighting Powder, Brilliant Strobe Light. I don't know, but at any rate, this is what it looks like inside, and it is a very natural looking highlight, so if you don't want anything super strong, this would be a good option. It is this one right here. And that is a heavy swatch application, so once you blend it out, it does become much sheerer. There you have it. But the packaging itself is absolutely beautiful. It's just very clean, classic looking. I like that you can easily tell where it opens. I do get a little testy with the Becca highlighters because I always try to open them on the wrong side. Same with MAC products as well. But this one is much more user-friendly. It also has the word on it so you can see which direction it goes. But the overall highlighter inside, while not bad, is not my favorite and doesn't quite live up to the standard that I think it should. Next are 2 eyeshadow palettes, and one is one that I have talked about in a few videos in the past, and that is from Pat McGrath. This is the Mothership Sublime Bronze Ambition eye palette, and like, the packaging is absolutely stunning. It's so different and unique, but just so eye-catching. When you open it up, it carries through onto the inside packaging. And there you have the shades here. It's not, again, it's not a bad product. I'm really not saying that, but I just don't get a ton of use out of this one. And the shadows, the colors, the performance, all of that is not nearly as beautiful once applied as the packaging is. So I keep it mainly for the packaging, as silly as that may be. I love the outside of it, but the inside I can kind of do with or without because I just really never reach for it. Finally in this category is the Tarte Foil Finger Paints palette. This one is absolutely gorgeous. It's got all these little stones and gems in there. It is all raised, so it's not like it's underneath an acrylic cover or anything like that. They are very secure. I've never had one come off, and I've had this for over a year. On the back is just nice gold, I don't know. And then on the inside as well, again, you got a nice mirror, and there are the shadows in there. It's a very small palette. Oddly enough, the video of mine that has the most views came from reviewing this palette, which I find it very surprising that it was this palette, which was only out for like a minute and a half before it disappeared, is the one that has generated the most views on my channel. But at any rate, it is. Again, the product itself, not bad. You have 3 eyeshadows that are designed to be applied with the finger, and then you have more glittery shadows over here. But when you look at it, I mean, even the color selection is not groundbreaking. It's not, you'd think from the outside that there would be like a blue element or something like that to it, but it just, what's inside doesn't match what's outside. I still like the shadows, but there's a disconnect there. Now I'm going to move on to some products where I think they're equally matched. I think either the shades themselves or the performance of the product are every bit as good as the outer packaging of them. Keeping in mind, again, this is very subjective, completely my opinion. So if you disagree with me, that is a-okay. I would love to hear from you what products you think are equally matched in this regard. So the first one for me is the Milk Makeup Mascara. This is the Kush Mascara. One could argue that the packaging is very plain. I understand that, but I really like it. It's got like a good solid heft to it. It fits nicely in the hand. It's just, I don't know, I just love the packaging of it. I love the wand of the mascara, and this is probably one of like my top 3 favorite mascaras. I can never really narrow down exactly what my favorite is. Depends on the day and my mood, but this is ranking way up there, and I love the clean classic lines of it. I just love it. I love it. Likewise, and again, I've talked about these a number of times on my channels, these are the Luxe lipsticks from ColourPop. These things are $7 and they are beautiful. So you have this beautiful goldish colored packaging. I don't know if it's going to focus. You can see the little stars on there. And then when you pull the lipstick up as well, there's little stars imprinted right onto the bullet. And I love the lipsticks. I think they're so comfortable. They're so long-lasting for being bullet lipsticks. $7. The packaging is beautiful. I have probably like 10 to 15 of them, and I absolutely love them. Talk about another lipstick that I love the packaging of, and I absolutely adore the lipstick, and that is from Fenty Beauty. These are their Stunna lip paints. I do have a few of them, but in particular, I love this shade, which is Uncuffed. It's just this gorgeous rosy sort of tone. It goes with basically any kind of makeup. I love wearing it to work, especially on days when I'm going to court and I know I'm going to be talking a lot because they last forever on the lips. And I just love the packaging of them. It's so different and unique, but just completely functional. The doe foot itself is even unique and different. There it is there, but it picks up a good amount of product. You don't even really have to dip back in to get both of your lips done. And it's just, I love the packaging because I think it's just so unique and so unlike anything else that I have. Another product, and again, I think you'll get the sense here that I really do sort of gravitate towards clean lines. I like things that aren't overly exotic and flamboyant, I guess, but here is one from Tarte. This is one of their chrome paints. I just love the classic gold lid here with the nice glass bottle. I like that you can see the color of the product through it. And this product itself, again, is one that I've talked about a bunch of times. It is phenomenal. So this one is in Top Yacht. Focus, and there it is. You can apply this with a base, without a base, however you want to do it, onto your lid, and it is going to last all day. It's not going to fade, it's not going to crease, it's not going to bunch up or just disappear. It is a beautiful, beautiful product, and I really do like that it's just this like simplistic yet elegant looking packaging. Last in this category is the Sultry palette from ABH. It's unlike their other palettes that have that suede outside. This one is all glitter, and yet it's not glitter that comes off on the hands. It just stays right there. If you tap it, it's not going to rain little glitter flecks down. Carries all the way over on each edge, and then inside you just have all the shades there. This palette, when it came out, I like instantly wrote it off when I first saw pictures of it, because it just looked boring and unnecessary, and I didn't understand the pop of pink and whatnot. On and on it goes. And then I saw it in stores and I swatched it and I fell instantly in love and brought it home. There are just a couple of the shimmers in there, and these are just, oh, they're so beautiful. The palette is so easy to work with. The mattes blend effortlessly. The shimmers are absolutely stunning. And I've even found that with this pinkish shade that you have over here, it actually really does complement the other tones in here nicely. Adds a little bit of warmth if you're using some of the cooler options, and it's just overall one of my favorite palettes, which is really shocking to me because I don't tend to gravitate towards neutrals, but I love this palette and I love the packaging of it. So now let's talk about some products that I think deserve better packaging. We just talked about ABH being dead on with the packaging and the product, and here is one where I think it deserves better packaging. So this is Modern Renaissance. If you haven't seen the inside of it, there it is. It is a classic palette. So many people love this. It is very well known. It is beautiful. I hate the packaging of it. It is that suede that you can see with mine has already gotten dirty and raggedy and all that, and I'm never going to get that off of there. I just keep it like tucked away on a shelf in the back so that nothing else bumps up against it to try to minimize how dirty it's getting. So I wish that this had, like if this had purpley pink glitter on it, oh my god, I would die a happy girl. But I really do not like this suede packaging that they've opted for so many of their palettes. RCMA No Color Setting Powder is basically packaged in what you would buy like popcorn shaker salt with. Like it's just, it's like they went to like a dollar store or something like that, picked up a bunch of these, slapped their sticker on it, shoved their powder in it, and away you go. Yes, it keeps the cost down, but it's not functional. It's really not. Like, what are you going to do with these? Are you going to shake it out all over? Focus. Are you going to shake it out all over your table? Like, put it in your hand and dab into it? No. And then if you take the lid off, like, you can't really get a sponge in there or a brush. Like, it's just, it's stupid packaging. I really do wish that it came in something different. What I've done with mine is poured it into an empty powder container from e.l.f. so that I can more easily access it. But it's a fantastic powder. It just needs better packaging, or at least more functional packaging. Physicians Formula. So I brought out the bronzer, but like basically apply this to any Physicians Formula product. Like, please stop with the insanely bulky packaging. I've talked about this one before, but it's like, this is what the pan is. It's just that little bit of yellow. That is the actual product. The rest of it is just excess plastic that you don't need in your life. It has a little mirror on the back. I can live without that. Bronzer is not something that I touch up during the day. I'm not going to throw this in my purse and carry it around with me. It did come with like a little like silicone type brush in here. I don't need that either. Just like get rid of this and just keep it like that, and that's fine. That is more easily stored. It's more like environmentally friendly. It looks chicer. This just looks ridiculous. And carry that through, like I said, to pretty much any of their other products. All of their butter products are in this fat packaging like this. Their butter eyeshadow palettes, the eyeshadows themselves are quite nice, but the packaging just looks almost juvenile. So Physicians Formula really needs to step up their game because their products are great, but their packaging is not. Another drugstore brand whose packaging choice I just am purely mystified by is this thing here from CoverGirl, L'Oreal. Sorry, CoverGirl, no shade, L'Oreal. This is the Unlimited Mascara. It is a fantastic mascara, but like, why are you doing this? Like, nobody needs this. You don't need to do that. Why are you so fat? Nobody needs a mascara that fat. It looks like an apothecary bottle or something. It is a fantastic mascara. I really do like it. I really like even just the wand on it. I like the whole thing. I hate the packaging. And it also just feels like really cheap plastic as well. So there's nothing appealing about this packaging. The product itself deserves to be housed in a much nicer house. Package, bottle, tube, whatever. This is just not doing it justice. Likewise, Natasha Denona. First of all, this was $60 for 5 eyeshadows. The eyeshadows, beautiful, no complaint. Why is it in this cheap-ass looking plastic packaging? I don't understand. It's $60 goddamn dollars. Why? Why is it so cheap looking? It's just, it doesn't jive. The eyeshadows, beautiful. The packaging, wah wah. Total snooze fest. Last but not least, I have a product from Wet n Wild. And I only paid $8 for it, so I can't really expect super luxe packaging. But the product itself is so beautiful that it truly deserves super luxe packaging. So I haven't heard of any of these. They just kind of popped up at my Walmart, and so I grabbed one. It is one of their highlighting bars. This is in the shade Water. I feel like they've done like this whole Zodiac thing as well that just kind of escaped me. I didn't even really know about it. Anyways, this is what the packaging looks like. Very standard packaging for Wet n Wild. Plastic packaging. They've gone the additional step of adding sort of like the gold on the outside, and you've got like the waves here for the water and all that. But take a look at that highlighter. Like, it is so different and so beautiful. Like, the camera's not even doing it justice. It has all of the Zodiac, I don't think it'll pick it up, but it has like all the Zodiac symbols imprinted on the powder right in there. There's little hints of iridescence and shimmer running throughout it. I don't even really want to use it because I don't want to mess up the design. It's so pretty. It is like a rather strong blue highlight, so I'm not sure how much use I'll get out of it. It's very, very subtle though once it's blended out, so maybe more than I anticipate, but I just think it's so pretty in the pan. And then the packaging just needs to up its game a little bit because it deserves it. It's so pretty. So that is the last product that I want to talk about. So there you have it, guys. Those are my opinions on some of the products that I own and their packaging. I would love to hear from you, like I said, on products that you feel match their packaging or exceed it, fall short, whatever. Let's just chit-chat about packaging down below. What packaging drives you nuts? What do you love? I love interacting with you guys, so feel free to sound off down below. And with that, I'm going to wrap this video up. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch, and I will see you in my next one. Until then, just be a decent human being. Bye for now.